Hey everyone, Meteorologist Collin Rogers here with a look at when we can expect our peak colors to occur all across the state of Michigan, here in West Michigan. But I'll also show you a map that includes northern lower and the UP as well, because I know a lot of people, it may still be summer, but they're already planning those trips to head up north. And I tell you what, we may see some duller colors here in West Michigan due to some dry soil moisture, but things are looking pretty good in northern Michigan, the UP, for a good fall color season. So I'll break it all down for you. Let's dive into what we're seeing right now. So right now, this is fall foliage as of today. Not much going on in Michigan. You'll notice that green shading, that means no color. And I understand that some people may see a few of those leaves, a few of those trees showing a little bit of color right now. That's because they're stressed out, especially around parking lots or roadways, highways. But as overall, we're talking about, fall foliage overall, not seeing any color in West Michigan or all of Michigan, that is. But we are starting to see a little bit of color in the higher elevations in the Rockies out west. You'll notice Colorado, Utah, Wyoming, Montana, Idaho, Washington, Oregon, all seeing that yellow shading showing up a little bit. That's indicating some low color. And this is coming from Explore Fall. So they're actually getting reports from all across the country. And this is a real-time map that updates twice a week and shows that color across the country. So this is a cool map to follow, cool website to follow if you do want to see how the color is progressing across the country. And you can do a state-by-state level for us here in Michigan. Or if you're looking at traveling to another state, you can kind of tune in specifically for that state as well. So this is when we typically see our average peak colors here in Michigan. You'll notice the orange shading there in the UP, and typically means we see our peak colors in early October. That darker shading of green in northern Michigan, that's indicating our peak colors typically happening in mid-October. And then for us here in southern Michigan, including West Michigan, typically we see our peak colors in late October. But there's several factors, really two key factors, that we look at when we're forecasting peak fall foliage. And that's going to be soil moisture, and that's also going to be temperatures. So right now, let's talk about the soil moisture. This is a map from Explore Fall showing where they're expecting trees to be stressed or not stressed this upcoming fall season. And you'll notice much of lower Michigan indicated in that high stress category. So what that means is that soil moisture is very dry across much of lower Michigan, and that can stress the trees out. Now, what does that mean for our fall foliage? That means that we could be dealing with some more dull colors potentially, and it also means that leaves could drop a little earlier and fall peak colors could occur a little earlier. Now, that's just one factor to look at. You'll notice, though, in the UP, they're not expecting much stress on those trees. So they actually have soil moisture favorable for a pretty normal and a pretty good fall color season. So that's good news if you're going to be heading up north to northern lower or to the UP as well to see those peak colors. I'll get into when I'm expecting those colors to peak here in a second, but the other factor I mentioned is temperatures. So warmer than average temperatures can actually delay those peak colors occurring in the fall. So you'll notice I just said those stressed trees could actually speed things up, but warmer temperatures could slow things down. So we have two things kind of acting against each other, battling each other out when we're looking at this fall foliage prediction or peak color prediction for the 2025 season. So this map right here is from the Climate Prediction Center. It shows temperatures through the end of October or the end of September into early October. So this shows that above average temperatures are favored all across Michigan for the last week and a half of September and into October as well. I'll tell you the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, the 8 to 14 day temperature outlook, all favor above average temperatures for us here in Michigan. So really all throughout the month of September into early October, we're favored to see above average temperatures. And for this time period, our average high, by the way, is around 70 and our average low is in the upper 40s for late September into early October. So once again, above average temperatures could delay our peak colors during the fall season. So typically we see those colors peaking in early October in the UP. But this is our prediction for the 2025 season. So you'll notice October 16th to the 18th, that's when we're expecting peak colors to occur for the UP. And I pushed it back a little bit due to those warmer than average temperatures that are favored throughout the rest of September and into early October. You'll notice northern lower, right around average, maybe slightly delayed due to those warmer than average temperatures as well. For northern lower, I'm expecting peak colors to occur between October 16th and October 26th. Now for us here In southern Michigan, so including West Michigan, but also on the east side of the state as well, the southern half of lower Michigan, let's say that. This is where things get tricky, because if you remember that stress graphic I showed you, we're expecting the trees to be highly stressed, which means that they could speed up the process of those leaves changing and dropping. But also we're expecting warmer than average temperatures, which can slow the process down. So we have two things kind of battling against each other. So right now I'm predicting kind of an average, if not slightly early in terms of timing for the 2025 season for our peak colors. So for areas like Grand Rapids, Saginaw, Flint, looking at October 18th to 28th, and then slightly later for us south of the I-94 corridor, Kalamazoo, for instance, Coldwater, Detroit, looking at October 20th to October 30th. So that's right around where we typically see peak colors. But I will say we might see it a little early, and it might be a narrow window that we see those peak colors due to that high stress level on those trees, the dry soil moisture stressing out those trees. That can mean that the leaves drop a little earlier than expected. So just keep that in mind. It's going to be tricky for the southern half of Michigan this year, but a much better forecast for the northern half, northern lower, including the UP as well. They're expecting a good color season with some bright, vibrant colors. Us here, due to the dry soil moisture, may be dealing with some more dull colors. So just some things to keep in mind. If you're thinking about taking that trip up north this year, I definitely say it's worth it. Of course, you can check on our website. I'm about to publish an article that will have a link to a real-time fall foliage map. So you can go to that map and track it throughout the season. And you can get a little better idea as we progress here about how those colors are evolving and how those colors are progressing across the state. So you can go check that out on WWMT.com. We'll have that published here hopefully very shortly. And this is our actual, though, peak color prediction. So vibrant colors expected too for northern Michigan, maybe a little bit more dull color for southern Michigan, but that doesn't mean we're not going to see good color. We are going to see it, just maybe a little bit more dull than we typically see here in our area in West Michigan. So just things to keep in mind as we cruise into the fall season. You'll notice all those dates in October. October is the month to get out and explore the state and see those peak colors, just depending on where you're at, obviously. In the state, we're going to see those different timings. So that is your peak colors prediction for the 2025 season. I will also say wind, heavy rain, crazy temperature anomalies in October, that can change things a little bit during the month of October. So just keep that in mind. Obviously, this isn't a set in stone forecast. You'll want to keep up with it here in the coming weeks, but this is a pretty good look at what we're expecting for the 2025 season. I'm Meteorologist Collin Rogers with your peak colors prediction. Hope you all have a great day.